Hey guys, um, so like I said in the last video, I stopped playing Brandon for a while. I still have the deck built. I decided to keep it built. Um, and I got a hold of Yubel. I took it to regionals this last Saturday, and it's the day before Christmas. Um, and I went 2-3 before dropping round six. My three losses out of the 5 rounds was Autorizio because of them top decking non-engine to beat my little board I had. Um, and my two wins was Voice's Voice and Mouse. I mean, it's nothing special about it. But this list has changed since the regionals. I was on 43 list whenever I went to regionals. This is 41. The other two cards was the other cards were fake feathers instead of just the one card that I have in here. Um, and my side deck was also different. I was playing Metaltronus instead of what the side deck currently is. But let's get into it. I'll explain it as we go. So Flea Lotus, um, it's one of the better starters. I do know that this one is the worst one if you have an option to pick between this and the Beckoning Beast. But I do like this one. This one looks nice. And then the Beckoning Beast is the better starter because this gets you a guaranteed starter for next turn whenever you activate it because it gets you opening. And if you already have then opening gets you a second beast, and then you can use the second beast for a free discard off the opening, or you can use it for a starter for next turn. So that one's definitely the better one out of the two. And then the Yubels. I really want to try the bigger version. I don't know the name. I think it's like the Ultimate Nightmare or whatever. But I know it's a brick, just like the Terran Incarnate is. But I also think 2 is correct. I think 3 is a little much. And then the Grave Squirmer, I mean, it's free. It's also enabled combos. There's been multiple times where I never used the Graveyard Effect in the combo, and I had it for like turn 2 or 3. It was really good. And then the Red Dog, I wish it'd be more at 1, but it's a little broken. And then Fiendsmith, 2 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, and then 1 Larry. I don't have the third Engraver, or if I play it, but I don't have it. But I think this is fine too. I also think just 2 Fiendsmiths in this deck is correct. I don't think you need to rely that heavy on the Fiendsmith engine. Especially once you get your board set up, because like then it should kind of just like the board handles itself. It's it for like engine monsters. I'm gonna go spells. 3 Throne. This is the most busted field spell I think I've ever played. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh since 2020, and it's really busted field spell. Um, and then Net Ramping. I definitely want to try the Internal Favorite and the Loving Defender for sure, but I think I'd have to run 2 Net Ramping so I see it and I can search this with the Spirit. I don't know the old ratios of the deck whenever we were playing this because I didn't have it at the time, but I definitely do want to try this because I think this is just a pretty free board wipe just for the fuck of it. And then 2 opening with the new ban list that came out. I think this is fine at 2. I do know before it went to 1, we were playing the Chaos Beast. I'm not playing that. I don't think that's necessary. I understand it's just for discard, but like Reckoning Beast is also for discard. And then the one track for the Fatesman stuff. And then going into the spells for non-engine, forming, and then called by, search the field spell, and negate hand trap. Our worst fear is like Droll and Shifter. I've learned to play around Droll, just sometimes Droll really does hurt. Especially when the hand's like field spell, engraver, beckoning beast, lotus, like Droll really hurts, but yeah. Outside of Droll, it's really a shifter. And then 3 Bookfoot clips for Rysio. We do have Rysio players at our locals. One of my testing partners plays Rysio, but I think honestly I don't think Book affects them that much, especially when they're just so set up with names in their hand. I don't think book matters that much, so I'm thinking about just cutting it. It did come up a few times at the regionals though. Against the Malice player, he had the Dormouse and the White Rabbit before he made the Lizard Dose or whatever you want to call it. It's a link to Lizard. You banish one and then it gains attack, whatever. That came up. That turn skipped him, but I didn't do much past that. And then engine requirement traps is the Unchained, and then this is the 41st card. This could very easily be cut, but this is just an interruption. If you can't get to Desiree, because you have to use the sequence to go into Area Leader, this you use Lacrima and Requiem. Lacrima surfaces off back. Summon Requiem from the graveyard. Requiem effect tribute. Summon Lacrima. Lacrima dump this, and then while this is engraved, you can banish it. Send the Desiree, and then Desiree effect when it hits the grave to shuffle back a light fiend. Normally it's gonna be like sequence or Requiem to non-target to target send card. So that's just a free interaction half the time. On top of like the 8 interaction board that we already put up without going interrupted, it's another piece of interaction that's really good. And then on to hand traps. Droll, Ash. I think Droll is definitely necessary. Ash is also pretty necessary. Snake Eyes isn't in the format anymore. If it is, it's the Fire King version, and like that one's pretty easy to stop. Just the Yubel's board in general. And also they end on like Amawell, and then Kieran in hand, Gruenix, and the other dude to make the Xyz, and then normal Snake Eyes end board with like Flamberge and R.I.P. So since we've played Snake Eyes for so long, like against that deck, we're pretty much set up to understand how that board works and how to play around that board. So I think Ash is pretty good right now. Ash and another hand trap sometimes just beats Ryzeal outright. There was multiple times I was up there. I had Ash Imperm, and I would Ash the Duo Driver. They'd call back, and I just chain the Imperm. It was great. There was only one time that I just ashed the Duo Driver with Ash Beam while I hand trap, and it stopped them from getting the plugin and the cross. And then for monsters is Nib. This also just like this is really impactful. This format. This stops Ryzeal. This stops Malice. I say it stops Malice. It can pseudo stop Malice. I nibbed the Malice player, my one Malice player, and he made Code Talker through it, so it didn't do as much as I wanted it to. I saw this 2 times against a Ryzeal player, and they one of them I got that game, and then the second one he just made Darugus the Timeless, and he just doubled the attack, which was like a 12,000 attack token, and just beat me up with it. So one time Nib, and then for the last hand traps is Imperm. Imperm's Imperm. You can't go wrong with Imperm. That's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, the one Phantom, the ban list did unfortunately put it to 1. Just like the Brand Fusion. A little annoying, but I do understand. This should have been a once per turn to begin with. This is absolutely broken. Being able to make it for free as my first action for the game, and then use the negate effect, and then just make a second one before I end my turn, it's just absolutely insane. So I'm glad I went to 1. Necroquip and Area Leader. Area Leader broken. Like, this card's insane. Necroquip, very easily can cut Necroquip, but I feel a little awkward cutting it, because there was a few times at the regionals where I just made a Necroquip pass with like 2 hand traps, and it did good. It drew me another hand trap, or it drew me an engine piece. So it's a little awkward to cut the Necroquip, but I do like it. It's very cuttable, I think. Desiree, free negate. Not much to say about it. There was only one time that the Desiree target send effect came up, but it was against Ryzeal, so it didn't really matter what I sent. Wave King, and then Rugis. Rugis is a busted card, and so is Wave King. Playtesting against Labyrinth, I realized that this card is more broken than it actually is. Because that was on brand for so long. If we went against Labyrinth, we just Furious Dragon and Mirror Jade. That was pretty much all we did. But now I'm playing a deck that doesn't just have free outs like that. It's a little strange, but Caesar is definitely a MPP most of the time. And then Verusius is just free, because like if you went on like Rage Caesar with a Phantom in your graveyard, you can Verusius negate, and then pop the Rage, and then chain Yama Rage, get back the Phantom, and then Yama Ringborn the Rage. It's just broken. It's insane. The interactions that this deck has just on its board by itself is just mind-blowing to me, because I never played this is my first time playing a deck that can do that. And then Link's Requiem, Sequence, and then the Closed Moon. This should be banned, just outright. Should just ban this. There should be no reason why any deck should be able just to access this engine for free. This is a lot like Rotate. I'm sure we get the Rotate treatment eventually. If not, we can't do much about it. There is a few times where I was missing wanting to play the Link 3, but I went back and thought about it. I don't think having the Link 3 changed anything within the game state. Making Desiree 5 negates and big didn't change anything. But yeah, I definitely did miss this once or twice. But yeah, I do want to try it again. I did like it. And then Rage, Yama. One Yama can be cut. I'm not comfortable with one Yama yet. I'm really not. I have to understand the combos a little bit better. But the Rage is fine. Rage is a broken card. And then so is Yama. Being able to like whenever they got like go into battle and destroy something, whenever they got rid of the Nightmare Pain, and they just like it's a like there was a Rise Award where I had Necroquip and like 2 other bodies. He used, I think it was Detonator to get level Necroquip, and I triggered Yama, summoned back Spirit, I think it was, and then popped Spirit for a Yubel. And then for some reason he continued to attack into the Yubel and he burnt. I don't understand. But yeah. The Unchained package is always good. And then Cracker and SP. SP is a broken card too. This makes our inboard 8 interactions because Rage is 3 because of this. It's insane. Muckracker's pretty free too. I do like Muckracker. I wish it didn't Fiend lock you after you use the effect. But yeah, Muckracker's pretty free. And then Underworld Goddess. I summoned this once. I shouldn't have summoned this when I did. It was against the Riser player. If I would have just made the second Yama and then continued through and somehow popped the token, I would have won. But instead I linked everything off and then just left the token because I can't use the token for this. This is also insane. This is a light Fiend. But the second Yama Necroquip I think could be cut pretty free. But yeah, after that we have the side deck. This has changed. This is all pretty much the same besides a few cards. I'll explain them when we get there. 3 Lancia for Malice. I feel much more comfortable going into the Rise one matchup than I do the Malice matchup. Malice is really hard to beat because it's just awkward. It's because it's like if they set a card and then go normal summon Dormouse, it's like you have to play that guessing game with that imperm. And then this has changed. This was not here before. Playing in the regionals, I realized I did miss the Bestials. This is really free. And also, Druid Swarm is just broken. That was the thing that annoyed me the most at the regionals was Malice players and Riser players summoning Druid Swarm and then sending it off somehow and just sending my Phantom. Yeah, Druid Swarm definitely is doing a lot this format. This is also changed. I did not have this in my sideboard. I should have realistically put this. This was 3 Melotronus. Realistically, I should have put this. This does a lot more than Melotronus ever did. Because this searches this, and then I can either start taking apart Rysteel boards or Malice boards, or just draw into more engine. So yeah, I definitely should have put this in instead of the Melotronus. I definitely missed this the most. And then Duster and Cyclone for back row removal. I sided these in the most at the regionals. Especially the Cyclones for the cross. I don't think I've seen them, but I definitely did side them in. The Cyclones and the Lancias helped a little bit against the Malice matchup. Realistically, I don't think I should have put in the Cyclones because I didn't see them, but I don't think I should have put them in to begin with. But I definitely did see the Lancias. And then 2 barrier. This was 3 barrier, and then evening match. This was 3 barrier because I wasn't running thrusts, and this was a 2 of, I think. I saw the barriers. I won 1 game against Ryzio because of the barriers, but past that it didn't do anything. It's a little annoying that we have to keep reverting back to this floodgate. Tempai branded whenever it was meta. Now, because we have an Xyz deck that's really annoying to play against. It's just a little upsetting that we have to revert back to floodgates constantly. But yeah, that is the end of the profile. Like I said, trying some new stuff. Different meta. I'm gonna try and grind this deck. I thought about going back to branded that Saturday and then yesterday. Sunday and Monday, because of just like the amount of interaction I have to play through with this deck just to get anywhere. And then branded, I only lose to Ash Impulse, and Nib. But I'm gonna try and grind this out, and I'll keep you guys updated. See ya.